Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to this extraordinary general meeting. I am delighted to address our shareholders on what is truly a historic day for our company. Today, you will have the ability to make an important decision that will impact the course of our company. By voting yes, you will ensure that we have a different, simpler, better, and more agile corporate structure to operate, changing the legal form to a German stock corporation, resulting in the deconsolidation of Fresenius Medical Care from Fresenius SE. Under Agenda Item 1, we are asking you to approve the conversion of the company from a partnership limited by shares into a German stock corporation under the company name Fresenius Medical Care AG. I will now provide you with a detailed context explaining the background of this change of legal form. The general partner and the supervisory board of the company decided to propose the conversion to you because it is in the best overall interests of the company and all its shareholders. The objective of the conversion is to deconsolidate Fresenius Medical Care Group from the Fresenius Group. Currently, Fresenius Medical Care forms a subgroup within the Fresenius Group. The existing group structure of the Fresenius Group and the associated corporate governance of the company are complex. Fresenius can exercise de facto management control over the company through its ownership of Fresenius Medical Care Management AG, the company's general partner. As a result, Fresenius Medical Care is fully consolidated in the financial statements of Fresenius Group. And the two groups are considered to be intertwined from a financial perspective, which may not provide optimal transparency for investors. At the end of 2022, we, together with Fresenius, thoroughly analyzed the feasibility and options to deconsolidate Fresenius Medical Care from the Fresenius Group and the implications of such an action. As a result of this analysis, we concluded that the deconsolidation by way of the conversion presents the best option for the further development of Fresenius Medical Care. The conversion will simplify our governance structure, improve our decision-making processes, strengthen the rights of shareholders in their entirety, and improve the independent determination of our financing strategy. The proposed conversion is an important step in the process to deconsolidate Fresenius Medical Care from Fresenius. With your approval, the conversion is implemented by way of a change of legal form, in accordance with the provisions of the German Transformation Act. Our team has been hard at work, and we plan to complete the change in legal form by the end of this year. It will become effective upon its registration with the commercial register. After the conversion, the company will continue to exist in the new legal form of an AG and will still have its registered office in Hof. The conversion will neither result in the liquidation of the company nor in the formation of a new legal entity. And pursuant to German law, a transfer of the company's assets will not take place. The company will receive a new legal name and new articles of association. The existing authorized capital and the existing conditional capital shall continue to exist following the conversion, as stated in the new articles of association. The resolutions of the general meeting of the KGaA, to the extent they still apply by the time the conversion goes into effect, will continue to apply in the new legal form, taking into account the changed corporate body structure as a consequence of the conversion and the withdrawal of the general partner. The conversion will have no effect on your individual shareholding in the company. If you are a shareholder of the company at the time the conversion becomes effective, you will automatically become a shareholder of Fresenius Medical Care AG. You will hold an interest in the share capital of Fresenius Medical Care AG to the same extent and with the same number of shares as you did in the company before the effectiveness of the conversion. And your shareholder rights will be strengthened, and I will address this important aspect later in my speech. So, how does the new structure compare to the old? The most significant change is that there will no longer be a general partner directing the operations of the company. Upon effectiveness of the conversion, Fresenius Medical Care Management AG, the company's general partner, will exit the company by operation of law. As a result, Fresenius will no longer control the company, and Fresenius Medical Care will no longer be fully consolidated in the financial statements of Fresenius Group. The general partner, with its management and supervisory boards, will no longer be part of the company's corporate governance. Instead, the company will have the three corporate bodies of a stock corporation under German law: a management board, which is responsible for the management of the company, a supervisory board that oversees and advises the management board, and the general meeting. Following the conversion, the management board of Fresenius Medical Care AG, whose members are appointed by the supervisory board of Fresenius Medical Care AG, will manage the business of the company at its own responsibility. The current members of the management board, Franklin Maddox, MD, Dr. Katarzyna Mazo-Hofstas, William Valley, and I will be members of the management board of Fresenius Medical Care AG. We will be joined by Martin Fischer, our new CFO. This continuity of personnel will ensure that the company will also be properly managed after the conversion. The composition of the supervisory board will change through the conversion. We will exceed the threshold for the application of the German Co-Determination Act, since the employees of Fresenius Medical Care Group will no longer be attributed to Fresenius. As a result, our future supervisory board will be composed on a parity basis of 6 members, representing the shareholders, and 6 members representing the employees. The chairman of the supervisory board will have a casting vote. Since the composition of the supervisory board will be different in the future, the officers of the current supervisory board members will be terminated by law when the conversion takes effect. All shareholder representatives of the supervisory board must therefore be newly appointed. The proposed Articles of Association of Fresenius Medical Care AG grant Fresenius, which currently holds approximately 32.2% of our share capital, the right to appoint up to 2 shareholder representatives to the supervisory board. This right depends on the relative shareholding of Fresenius in the company. For as long as Fresenius holds 30% or more of the company's share capital, it is entitled to appoint 2 of the 6 shareholder representatives. For as long as it holds at least 15%, but less than 30% of the company's share capital, it is entitled to appoint 1 of the 6 shareholder representatives. The appointment right is appropriate with a view to the significant stake of Fresenius in the company, providing a good reason to claim adequate representation on the supervisory board. The appointment right is also an expression of the close relationship of Fresenius with the company and its continued commitment to fostering the company's business as its largest shareholder. Against this background, 4 of the 6 shareholder representatives of the future supervisory board are proposed for election by this extraordinary general meeting under agenda item 2. 2 shareholder representatives, Mr. Michael Zahn, CEO of Fresenius CE, who is expected to become the chair of the future supervisory board, and Ms. Sarah Henneken, CFO of Fresenius SE, will be appointed by Fresenius in accordance with its appointment right. They will introduce themselves to you later in the meeting. Prior to the election of the employee representatives on the Supervisory Board of Fresenius Medical Care AG, a status procedure, as described in the German Stock Corporation Act, will have to be conducted. After the conclusion of the status procedure, the election of the employee representatives on the Supervisory Board will be initiated. Additionally, a court application will be made to appoint the employee representatives on the Supervisory Board, judicially for the period after the end of the status procedure until the conclusion of the employee representative elections. As soon as the Supervisory Board of Fresenius Medical Care AG is composed, in accordance with the provisions of the German Co-Determination Act, the role of a Labour Director will be assumed by a member of the Management Board. The Labour Director will be mainly responsible for future social and personnel matters. The conversion will not impact the employment relationships and working conditions of our employees, in particular the employees in Germany. All individual and collective rights will be maintained or continued as before. For more details on the effects of the conversion on employees and their representative bodies, please refer to the conversion report of the General Partner, which is available for review at this extraordinary general meeting and is also available on our website. The conversion and the deconsolidation resulting from the conversion will have certain operational and financial effects on Fresenius Medical Care that are described in the conversion report in more detail. Specifically, the conversion will result in the need to change the label of certain products. We estimate the cost for these label changes to be in the mid-double digits of millions of euros. Overall, we expect to incur about 50 to 100 million euros of one-time costs associated with the conversion. In addition, certain central functions previously performed in full or in part by Fresenius will have to be provided by ourselves. Also, together with other increases in recurring cost items, we expect the additional costs to only have an immaterial EBIT impact. Recurring costs are expected to be significantly below 50 million euro per annum. The conversion will also have certain rating effects. We expect that we will maintain our remaining investment grade ratings with Moody's and S&P. Following the announcement of the conversion, Fitch has indicated that it expects to downgrade the rating by no more than one notch if the conversion takes effect. In our decision to propose the conversion, we carefully considered the described effects of the conversion on Fresenius Medical Care. In particular, we evaluated the costs associated with the conversion from an administrative and a carve-out perspective. The most significant amount of these costs are of one-time nature, while the benefits from the conversion would be permanent. In summary, we concluded that the future advantages associated with the conversion significantly outweigh its potential disadvantages. On that basis, we decided to propose this conversion of form at this extraordinary general meeting. We believe this conversion is in the best interests of the company for the following reasons. First, the conversion will result in the simplification of our corporate governance. The complex structure of a KGaA with its several corporate bodies will be replaced by the standard German two-tier system that is the common corporate form for German-listed companies. This will vastly reduce organizational complexity and improve speed, agility, and efficiency of decision-making. Secondly, we currently spend a significant amount of time and resources aligning decisions with the interests of the Fresenius Group. The conversion will reduce these alignment needs and free up significant management resources. It will also free up more of my time as CEO, as I will be leaving the Fresenius Management Board upon effectiveness of the conversion. This way, I can focus solely on Fresenius Medical Care. We expect that the deconsolidation from Fresenius will provide us overall with more operational flexibility, in particular with regard to the examination and orientation of our future business policy and the perception of market opportunities. Thirdly, while these changes are important, the most significant difference is more influence and rights for you as free-float shareholders. The new structure increases your influence on governance and creates clear accountability for both the Supervisory Board and the Management Board. As stated previously, following the conversion, all shareholders will elect at least 4 of the 6 shareholder representatives of the company's Supervisory Board. The Supervisory Board of a stock corporation has materially more rights compared to the Supervisory Board of the KGaA. The future Supervisory Board of the company will appoint and dismiss the Management Board members, determine their remuneration, and make certain decisions of the Management Board, subject to its approval. Therefore, your rights as shareholders will be significantly strengthened. And finally, the new structure provides an independent setting of financial policies and broadens strategic options for the future. This will mean a clear path toward realizing our full potential. For example, in the past, we did not access the equity capital markets as the issuance of new shares, in particular in the context of capital increases without subscription rights, would have diluted the interests of Fresenius in the company. Moreover, depending on the size of the issuance, this could even have led to an exit of Fresenius Medical Care Management AG as general partner under our Articles of Association, and subsequently to a potential change of control as defined in the stipulation of our material financing agreements. As you can see, the conversion is truly an elegant solution in many ways, and it benefits all stakeholders. We have dealt extensively with potential alternatives to the conversion and carefully assessed their advantages and disadvantages. As a result of this assessment, there are no alternatives that will serve the interests of the company and its shareholders in a comparable manner. Changing the legal form is the best of all available options to realize the targeted deconsolidation for Fresenius SE. Of vital importance is the need to avoid triggering change of control events that would have been prohibitive for financing risks and costs. Based on the benefits offered by the conversion, we have made the principal assessment that the conversion is in the best interest of the company and all its shareholders. The conversion enables us to better pursue our long-term growth objectives and strategies, and it allows us to maintain and improve our position as the world's leading provider of products and services for individuals with renal disease. This is an important building block of our foundation to unlock value as the leading kidney care company. I'd like to take the opportunity today to speak about another very important building block, the FME25 transformation program, and the resulting implementation of our new operating model, which went live on the 1st of January 2023. This foundation enabled us to operate in an entirely new way. Since becoming CEO, I have set clear priorities for the organization with increased transparency, clear accountability, new and more meaningful KPIs that we track and review monthly, and enable us to initiate countermeasures early where needed. We have started the implementation of several other important building blocks to support our turnaround and to achieve our strategic aspirations. And we have seen the very promising positive impacts of our turnaround measures already in the first months of this year. The better-than-expected operational performance in the first quarter confirms that we are not only on the right track, but that we are executing successfully against our plan towards achieving our 2025 target margin bands. We have instituted a disciplined financial policy which is strongly focused on improving the company's return on invested capital with a clear target to double it by 2025. Since January, we are operating in our new operating model as just outlined, and we continue executing on the strategic priorities that we have set ourselves in each of the two operating segments. Care delivery focuses on our world-class patient care. We have more than 345,000 dialysis patients in over 4,100 centers worldwide. We are creating and expanding home dialysis in the United States with more than half of all home hemodialysis patients in our care. And we are the clear market leader for value-based care in the renal space. We have served more than 600,000 patients since the start of our value-based care journey and realized in 2022 around 20% fewer all-cause hospitalization than the US average. Care enablement focuses on our innovative research and product development. Half of the world's dialysis patients receive their care by a Fresenius medical care machine in 153 countries. We are the clear number one for both in-center hemodialysis machines and home hemodialysis machines. Our ability to harness the power of big data from both segments, take the best ideas, invest in their development, and introduce them at scale through our unmatched global network is what makes us the industry's true leader. This vertical integration allows us to move quickly to address market demands. And now, the proposed streamlined governance structure resulting from the change in legal form will grant us a new level of speed in decision-making. A positive winning culture starts emerging in our company while we are strictly following through and progressing on our operational turnaround. We are committed to creating an accountable, sustainable, diverse, and inclusive culture, of which you will hear more from me shortly. The 6 Supervisory Board candidates representing you, the shareholders, will introduce themselves later. I am excited to work with each of them and to benefit from their diverse backgrounds and their broad and international experiences. While they do not stand for re-election today, I also would like to sincerely thank Dr. Dieter Schenk, Rolf Klassen, Dr. Dorothea Wenzel, and Professor Dr. Gregor Zund for their support, the great collaboration, and their contribution in the last years. Over the last months, we have made significant progress to further upgrade the strength and capabilities of our leadership teams, to have the right talent in place for this exciting new chapter of our company's history. At the beginning of this week, we announced that Martin Fischer has been appointed the new CFO for our company, starting on the 1st of October. And Martin brings in broad finance expertise with deep background in managing transformations. You will hear more from him later today, and I'm really looking forward to working with Martin. As CEO, I've made it a priority to spend time with our team members across all levels of the organization. Seeing our teams in action, listening and learning from them helps validate our direction and the cultural shift we also need to make. At our manufacturing plant in Schweinfurt, I met with team members on the lines. I reviewed our pipeline and innovation. I had a roundtable meeting with the team and heard firsthand from our employees. I put on my scrubs and worked as a member of the patient care team at our Chatham dialysis clinic near Chicago. I heard directly from our employees and patients what they appreciate most about Fresenius Medical Care. On our regular global all-employee town hall meetings, we not only transparently communicate about the progress we are making and the future of our company, but we have an open dialogue with very active question and answer sessions. The thing I consistently hear most from our people is that they too are also ready for the next chapter in our company's history. They understand and buy in to our clear strategy. Our employees are excited about how the two operating segments are working together to push the envelope of innovation and kidney care. And they're excited about the clear accountability and focus the new governing structure will bring. And they see that we care and are ready for the new cultural shift to an even greater focus on people and their development, and on the guiding principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Fresenius Medical Care is where they can realize their full potential. Since the start of FME25 in 2021, we have achieved important milestones of our transformation program and are poised to continue on our path of unlocking value and returning to sustainable, profitable growth. The underlying fundamentals of our business are strong, and the effectiveness of our turnaround measures have started to become visible in our operational performance. Since the beginning of the year, we have seen a significant improvement in patient mortality as we move from the pandemic to endemic stage of our response to COVID-19, and a stabilization of the broader macroeconomic challenges, particularly labor and inflation. Additionally, delivering on our strategy to simplify and focus on core assets resulted in a series of divestments and market exits as part of our portfolio optimization effort. In sub-Saharan Africa, Fresenius Medical Care has entrusted a leading international healthcare organization and South Africa's second-largest hospital group to take over 51 of its renal dialysis clinics, supporting more than 2,400 hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis patients. This transaction is currently under regulatory review. In Hungary, Fresenius Medical Care closed the transaction to sell its local dialysis service provider business, including Fresenius Medical Care Dialysis Center Health, an operator of private clinics and other medical facilities in Hungary. As previously announced, the divestiture proceeds will be used for further deleveraging as part of our financial framework. We are thrilled to have found reputable and well-established partners in several markets who can continue the legacy started by Fresenius Medical Care. It was also of vital importance that both the patients who entrust us with their care and our valued employees are well looked after in these changes and can transition to the new owners in a thoughtful, socially responsible manner. In Care Enablement, we also made important steps in optimizing our products portfolio. In the first quarter, we terminated the development of VersaPD, a US-specific peritoneal dialysis cycler. This decision was as a result of strategically aligning on a global offering. I'd like to mention an important opportunity that demonstrates our company's position as one of the world's most forward-thinking kidney care companies. The groundbreaking CONVINCE research study, published just last month, demonstrates that the mortality rate among kidney failure patients can be significantly reduced through the utilization of high-dose hemodiafiltration technology. The study's findings reveal that patients treated with high-dose hemodiafiltration experienced a remarkable 23% decrease in mortality rates, compared to those treated with a more commonly used high-flux hemodialysis. Fresenius Medical Care is the global leader in hemodiafiltration technology, and we continue to lead the way in membrane and medtech technologies for kidney care. Our 5008 and 5008S dialysis machines are examples of our pioneering work in hemodiafiltration, and we will continue to explore broader adoption of this therapy. The achievements we have made so far are because of our people. Our people are, and always have been, one of our greatest assets. We have the most highly caring staff on the front lines of patient care, the world's top physicians and scientists, expert engineers and researchers imagining new therapies, devices, and products to treat kidney disease. Over the last few months, we have said that 2023 will be the time we made the important decisions to build a new foundation for Fresenius Medical Care. The votes you have before you today are some of those important decisions. Your approval of the change of legal form and of the new shareholder representatives on our future supervisory board will set the course for our company's future. And today is the day when this new chapter can start. While we are on a clear path to deliver industry-leading returns, we will continue to set the standard for kidney care with patient-centered products and services that deliver the highest quality patient outcomes to create a future worth living for patients worldwide every day. Thank you.